Hello, welcome to People's Language. Today, I want to tell you an interesting story. This story is about travel. This story is about sports. This story is about connection between people. Have you ever ran into a person in a different place? Have you ever had a moment that made you think, wow, the world is so small? Today, I want to tell you a story about how the world, the big world, is actually very small. In 2016, I lived in Argentina. Argentina? Where is Argentina? Argentina is a country. Argentina is a country in South America. Argentina is next to other countries. Argentina is next to Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, and Bolivia. I lived in Argentina for about 7 months. Why did you live in Argentina for 7 months? Well, I studied in Argentina. I studied Spanish in Argentina. Argentina is very beautiful. Argentina is very big. I lived in the capital. The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires, or Buenos Aires in English. My favorite activity is skateboarding. Skateboarding is my passion. I have skateboarded for about 20 years. Yes, 20 years, a long time. I love skateboarding. I love connecting with people through skateboarding. In Argentina, I met people skateboarding. In Argentina, I skateboarded a lot. One day, I went to the skate park. At the skate park, I saw many skateboarders. But I noticed one skateboarder. This skateboarder was wearing an interesting t-shirt. This skateboarder was wearing an interesting hat. Why was the shirt interesting? Why was the hat interesting? I'll tell you why. You all know that I live near Boston. I live in Massachusetts. This skateboarder was wearing a t-shirt and hat from Boston. The t-shirt was a Boston Red Sox t-shirt. The hat was a Boston Red Sox hat. The Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox are a famous baseball team. This skateboarder was about 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. I don't know. I began talking to the skateboarder. I said, "Hey, nice shirt, nice hat. Where are you from? What's your name?" The skateboarder looked at me. He was a little bit confused. I said again, but now in Spanish, Hola, ¿qué tal? Me gusta tu gorra, me gusta tu remera. ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cómo te llamas? He responded to me. He said, my name's Daniel. Nice to meet you. I'm from Argentina. I said, cool. Are you from Buenos Aires? He said, no, I am not from Buenos Aires. I am from Patagonia. Do you know Patagonia? Well, I know Patagonia jackets. I know Patagonia clothing. But no, I have never been to Patagonia. He said, I am from Patagonia. My friend studies here in Buenos Aires. I am visiting my friend in Buenos Aires. I said, why do you have the Boston Red Sox hat? Why do you have the Boston Red Sox shirt? Daniel told me. Daniel said, I worked in Boston. I worked in the park in Boston. I worked in the Boston Common. I worked selling lemonade. I worked selling lemonade at a lemonade stand. I said, cool. We talked, we skated, and then we said goodbye. Bye, Daniel. I never saw Daniel again in Argentina. A few months later, I returned to Boston. One day, I was studying in a cafe. It was winter time. In Boston, the winter time is very cold. I was in a cafe. I was drinking coffee. I was reading a book. I was sitting in front of a window. I was sitting in front of a window watching people go by. After, I put my head down and read. I continued to read. I focused on my reading. Suddenly, I heard a knock. I looked up. I was reading, I heard a knock, and I looked up. I saw a guy. I looked at the man. The man looked at me. I recognized his face, but I didn't remember him. The man said to me, I'm Daniel. I started thinking, Daniel? Who's Daniel? Where's Daniel from? He repeated himself. I'm Daniel from Argentina. Suddenly, I knew. Daniel. I met Daniel at the skate park. I met Daniel at the skate park in Buenos Aires. I skateboarded with Daniel. I know Daniel. Daniel said to me, I just arrived in Boston. I said, cool. Do you want to skate? He said, yeah, let's go skate. Then we went and skated. All I could think is, small world. What about you? Have you ever met somebody again in a different place? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Do you think that the world is small? Tell me in the comments below. Take care. Bye-bye.